Hello, my legion of little goblins. This is Gamer Dragon, and welcome back to Let's Play Call of Cthulhu. I finally figured out how to get past the damn loading screens. I start the game up, and then after the game is loaded, I just bring up my recording software. Which is a load of bullshit that I don't think I have to do. So last week, we escaped the goddamn asylum. And now we gotta talk to these two about what the fuck happened and how the fuck he's still alive.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
And how the fuck he's still alive.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Like shit!
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
Alright.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Well, let's see.
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Obviously.
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
I doubt she
Francis
did.
Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Or find her
Don't end
dead.
up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Alright. Alright, so. Gotta talk to Irene Sanders. This progresses way slower. Remove that one and, yeah, that would be traumatic. Piece of crap.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
I'll say! Like, dude, how the fuck are you alive? To be honest, I think it would be in my best interest to, you know... It would just be in, like, my best interests to get the fuck off this fucking island and report to Sarah's father like, dude, this shit is fucked up!
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
I don't trust this!
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
Oh! Be that one?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Alright, so where is... Did that painting, like, move? Where is this gallery? Wrong room. That's locked.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Okay, all three doors that I can see are locked, which means we should probably go in here.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Whale and the Cod. Brief history of Darkwater Island.
I could use one of those.
Look how she's not saying anything.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this cursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins.
An old diary.
This volume spends some time on Reverend in Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members speak of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. This. I'm not gonna force that open.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
All's fair in love and war, I suppose.
What? Why are we asking if I want to read this book? It's a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I can't believe that they exist. Oh!
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Spyglass. Really fancy dagger. Some coins. Why would I need to hide?
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Very specifically daggers. I really want to know why there are hiding closets.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
A very demented art gallery. And I'm guessing that's the painting we are here to see.
The public entrance to the gallery.
That's just an oil thing. What's that?
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Far from possessing the talent of Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down the smallest detail. The card carries a strange esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. What the hell? Don't look at it.
What the hell was that?
Oh, that makes things worse! The Shambler is a pain. Irene Sanders doesn't seem to know what she hates the most, Sarah Hawkins or her work. The fact that she accuses her of costing her husband's sanity. He apparently gouged his own eyes out under the influence of the painting. I must see it. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, now we're regretting it. Really want to get that. Oh, okay, I lose my Fuck you! Clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband. What I don't understand about Irene Sanders is this mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of Riverside Institute. The dimensional shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor yourself in your dimension and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarium by Abigail G. Oh, yay.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Well,
What the hell was that?
okay, so also, I'm assuming that...
I can't even touch it.
Well, this is not good. How do I escape this place?
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
We want this kind of dagger, right? Alright, we want the,
What the hell was that?
Want this one. Okay, we want this, squiggly one, I think. Not this one. Is it? Which one is it?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Well, that didn't work.
What the hell was that?
Is this like a game of hide and seek? Like, the longer we do not look at it, what is this, a game of Ring Around the Rosie?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
this one's spooky enough. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Is it like, do I have to sneak up on it and stab it? But how do I do that without looking at it, which would decrease my sanity? Well, maybe I'll figure out next time. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and share this video with someone who might enjoy the series. I'm Gamer Dragon, and I'll see you later. Bye!